So for my very last guest for today is this incredible actress known by the name of Shante DeLoach. I hope I pronounced her name right. She's been in this incredible series on the CW called The Legacies, and she played the Dragon Lady. So I'm about to give Shante an ad into the live now and have a chat. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi,
how's it going?
I'm good. How are you? Can you hear
Yeah,
me all right?
yeah, perfectly.
Okay, great.
Awesome. So, thank you for coming on to my show, by the way. It means a lot. Uh,
Of
so,
course. Thank you for having me.
what I'm going to get you to do, if you can, to people that don't know who you are, if you can introduce yourself and give a bit of backstory, and then I'll dive right into the questions for you.
Sure. So my name is Shante DeLoach. I'm an actor, writer, producer. I've been living out in Los Angeles for about, oh shoot, since 2011 now. And so, yeah, I moved out here from Arizona to finish college and decided that I wanted to stay and pursue my career in Arizona and wanted to, obviously make something happen in LA. So I've been out here, doing that. I've worked on, you know, various films, web series, television shows, shorts, lots of theater productions. That's where my start is, and it is in theater. And got a production company out here with a few friends and colleagues from school. And yeah, so right now, the industry had obviously slowed down for a minute due to COVID, and so it's definitely kicking back up. So back in the flow of it, back at auditioning again, and yeah, it's been a journey.
Awesome. So, we'll dive right into the questions now. So, for my very first question, so you were actually in this short called Spare Change, and you actually played the role of Brittany. What was the experience like getting to play the role of Brittany in Spare Change?
So that film, I had actually that was one of my first experiences on a film set. Like I said, I had started in theater. Is that good?
Yeah, feel good.
Okay, great. So sorry about that. So yeah, so Spare Change was one of the first actual films that I've been on. Like I said, I had been primarily doing theater, and so yeah, I was really excited, but I was also very nervous. And so it was a production that was actually through the film school at ASU, Arizona State University, that's over in Tempe, Arizona. And so yeah, I got to work with a lot of really cool people who I ended up, working with in the future again and again. And I still am friends with some of those people. But yeah, it was an interesting experience. I had a lot of fun on that set.
Awesome. So, for my very next question, what was your favorite memorable moment and scene to shoot from Spare Change?
Um, I'm trying to think. Oh, there was a weird, there was a shot where, so the lead character, who I was playing his love interest, I actually hit him with my car. And so I rush out of the car and I have to, I'm overhand, I'm trying to wake him up. And so it was some crazy, so the DP was laid on the ground with the camera up in my face, and I had to like straddle him and like be over the camera and trying to shake this dude awake. So it was pretty, like I said, I was new to filming and I was like, oh wow, this is crazy. You don't ever think of, camera placement like this, and you just don't think about it necessarily when you're watching a film. So I thought that was really cool.
Awesome. So, for my very next question, so you were actually in Same Sex, this film, and basically you played the role of Nat. What was that experience like getting to play the role of Nat in Same Sex?
So I had a lot of fun on that set. That was basically a set that was completely run by women. The lady responsible for it is dope. Is Sophie Webb. She was the writer. She's the writer director, and she was starring in it. And so Sophie's character is new to LA. She's kind of going through this midlife crisis sort of situation. And so the character of Nat is the best friend of the girl that Sophie's character moves in with Jen. And so Sophie sort of, through her crisis, decides that she wants to explore um, dating within the queer community in Los Angeles. And so in the series, you know, Jen and Nat are both queer women. And so, you know, Sophie's character kind of wants to come along for the ride, and just it's chaos because she's a whole mess. And so it was a really fun set to work on. It was a comedy, and so yeah, it was zany. It was a lot of fun.
Awesome. So for my very next question, what was your favorite memorable moment about playing the role of Nat, if there's any that come to mind?
I think the most interesting day on that set was probably the pilot episode of the series, which was it was meant to be a giant party. Jen and Nat take Sophie's character to this huge warehouse party in LA. And so Sophie decided to actually just throw a huge warehouse party in a warehouse downtown. And so it was crazy. It was fun. It was difficult at times. I think our call time that day was like 4 p.m. and we didn't wrap until 5 a.m. I remember walking out to go home, and my car had a flat tire. To like get that taken care of. We were all so exhausted, but that was a pretty awesome shoot. We had a lot of fun.
Awesome. So for my very next question, you were actually in this film called Nights back in 2018, and you played the role of Nicole. What was that experience like, getting to film Nights?
Yeah, so Nights was a really awesome, I'd say, collaborative experience, and something that working on that film, almost, I guess the pre-production aspect of it sort of reminded me of theater a little bit. And so I really enjoyed it. So the director, writer, producer is a friend, John Shorter. And this was like his baby. It's his first film that he was producing, and so he just really wanted to get it right. And so we did so much pre-production for that film, so many table. I think we did like 4 or 5 table reads. And to his credit, he did such a good job. That cast was really an ensemble. You know, it was about there's the lead character, but you know, it's about the ensemble of those friends who grew up together. And so he did a great job of choosing people and putting us together. We had so much fun. We loved each other so much. The vibe was just really good on set. They were overnight shoots. And so we were exhausted. Like our call time would be like 7 p.m. and we would wrap at 7 a.m. And it was during pilot season. And so we were all auditioning during the day, going to our side jobs, and having to come there at night and shoot overnight for, I think it was 5 consecutive days. But it didn't even matter. Like we were having so much fun. We enjoyed each other's company so much that it was just a really good experience. So we give a lot of credit to John for bringing us all together, and we're all still cool, and it was nice.
Awesome. So for my very next question, you were actually in a Christmas film called A Christmas Love Story. What was that experience like, getting to play the role of Gwen in A Christmas Love Story? And it is Christmas coming up, so what was it like? As I said, what was it like with Christmas coming up and everything, getting to be in a Christmas film?
It was exciting. You know, all of us, I think a lot of people, you know, we watch during this time of year all the Christmas movies on Lifetime and stuff like that, and Hallmark Channel. So getting to be in one, it was the idea of it was so exciting. And so I was actually living and working in Atlanta, Georgia at the time. And so I booked that role while I was there. And so I drove up to North Carolina, which is where they shot it in Charlotte. And so it was just, Sussex is a bit different. It's a lot smaller. It's a lot more close-knit. Everybody's just very lovely to work with. It's just a delightful experience. It's a bit different, a little smaller scale than it is in LA. And so it was just, everybody was really welcoming. It was really nice. It was fun. And I got to work with freaking Broadway legend Kristen Chenoweth. Like that was the top. It was, but everybody on set was great. And it really is how it looks on TV. Yeah, it's just Christmas spirit is everywhere. Christmas decorations everywhere. It was really cute. It was fun to be on that set.
Well, I actually watched the movie this week, and I have to say it was incredible, and you did a smashing job in it. So really,
I
really
Thank
proud.
you.
Yeah. So for my next question, you were actually in this film called More Than Friends, and you played the role of Eve. What was that experience like, getting to film that?
Yeah, so that one was actually it was meant to be a web series, and so to preface we didn't actually get to finish it. The writer and director Faith Trammell, I think she was having some difficulty with some other things, so we filmed. I believe it was a couple episodes, but then it's not been released or anything like that. But that was really that was another experience that was really collaborative, and I really liked her take as a director. She really wanted to know our ideas and what we thought about our characters and our relationships to the other people that we were, in relationship with in the web series. And I was playing the love interest of the character of that web series. I cannot remember her name right now. I'm drawing a blank. But she was I believe she was a law student at UCLA was what the character was. And so it was kind of, I could relate because at the time I had just gotten out of college. And so it wasn't super far removed from, she was very, she had a lot of similarities to me. But so I had a good time trying to figure that character out and, being on set with everybody and just working through it. It was really enjoyable. And it kind of sucks it didn't get to be finished. I think she had every intention to, and she still might, but I haven't heard anything about it for a couple years now.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. You were actually in this incredible CW series in season 1 of the Legacies, and you actually played the role of the Dragon Lady. What was that experience like, getting to be on this incredible series called The Legacies?
Yeah. So I mean, I was in one episode. It was very, it was just, a co-star role, but I was so excited because I really love the genre of fantasy. And so in that episode, it was a flashback episode, and it was basically somebody in the show that was a series regular on the show was telling a story about dragons, back through history, and how dragons were actually could take human form, and they were very sort of greedy and loved treasure and gold and jewels and all these things. They were constantly pillaging towns for things like this, so they would set a town on fire, go down and take the things they want, and then leave. And so that's kind of what I did. But unfortunately, in this episode, they were talking about how they created through magic a monster that eats dragons. And so I destroyed a town with fire, and I got some loot, but I also got eaten by this monsters. A lot of it was just having to use your imagination. A lot of it was done in post on green screen, and so yeah, it was pretty fun. It was I had a great time doing that. I was super excited about that, and I loved how the footage looked after. It was really cool.
So for my very next question, what was it actually like working with Daniela Russell and Matthew Davis, who played a Lark in Legacies?
Oh, everybody, I will say that is one of the most welcoming sets I've ever been on, was Legacies. Everybody was so nice. Everybody was really laid back. Everybody just wanted to help. Everybody just the vibe on that set was honestly like probably top 5 sets I've ever been on. It was just so lovely. And I was kind of bummed to just have be a character that was only going to show up once, because I would have loved to work on that set over and over. Everybody was just great.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. Because it's a Vampire Diaries spin-off and everything, I have to ask, who would be your favorite Vampire Diary brother that you liked from the Vampire Diaries series, Stefan or David?
Oh my God, I feel so unprepared because I have to say I didn't really watch the Vampire Diaries. I can imagine the 3 leads in my head, but I don't know their names. I'm sorry.
Oh, oh.
Boo, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Well, actually, to tell you a story, my friend, he's a really good mate of mine. He's actually appeared in the Legacy season 2. His name is Charles Terrier, and he was actually he played the role of Chad in season 2. So if you ever watch season 2 of Legacies, he's a brilliant actor, and yeah, definitely check out Chad on the Legacies.
Okay, for sure. That's awesome.
Yeah. So on to my very next question. Who inspired you as a person to get into acting?
It wasn't necessarily a person. The only reason I ever did anything on stage at all, I think I was in sixth grade, and I was growing up, I was very, very, very shy, like painfully shy. And I was forced to take a drama class. I didn't want to do it. I had to do it. And when I had to get up and do scenes and stuff like that, and I actually found that when I was doing that, I wasn't really nervous. It was, I felt like I could actually use my voice when I was there, as opposed to real life when I was just always really quiet. And so that kind of like sparked something in me. And then I didn't really get back into acting at all until high school. And then I was in the theater program all 4 years, and then decided after high school that's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to um, go to college for. That's what I wanted to pursue professionally. And so that's kind of how that went. I will say the film that made me, I think, that inspired me and made me want to be an actor was Jurassic Park. Brilliant. I love Jurassic Park so much. It's so exciting. And I think for that reason, I really do enjoy working on action projects that require action and combat, stuff like that. It's so exciting to me. It's so much fun. And that movie just is like a wild ride. And I always cite that movie as one of my favorites because it's got everything.
So on to my very next question. What have you learnt about yourself as a person during COVID this year?
Whoa, okay. I think I will say that COVID, and I do want to preface this by saying that it's like I realize this wasn't everybody's experience, and a lot of people fell ill this year. A lot of people lost their lives, so I don't want to diminish that in any way. But for me personally, it definitely gave me the opportunity to slow down. I'm a I think naturally very go type of person, and then I'd say almost to a fault, just kind of like it's hard for me to sit down sometimes, and then on top of having this as a career, and at times having to have side jobs, I've always kind of got, there are so many moving parts in the career of an entertainer, and so I think you just get so used to going and not really stopping and doing an assessment of self and all of this, and I've really just had the opportunity to like breathe and take a break, and yeah, I've been doing this for over a decade, and I realized when the industry like screeched to a halt that I had never taken it since I'd started pursuing this professionally. I'd never taken a break. I'd never been able to just sit down and you know and take a breath and just be with myself. For so long, and that's really what I've taken away from it, and I feel like it's been such a benefit to my life to just be able to relax, and it's helping me with the way that I um am when I'm busy now, that it's not so much running around like a chicken with my head cut off. There's structure to it, and I'm relearning how to structure my life. There's been so much downtime, so as things are amping up in terms of me being busy, I'm finding that it's a bit easier for me to handle it.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. If you could be in any TV or movie franchise, what would it be and why?
um I would have to say at this point, I've got two, I think. So Lovecraft Country. I don't know if you've been watching that, but if you haven't, check it
Yeah.
out. Watch it. It's so good. It's amazing. It's another one of those shows that's got everything. It's so great. And True Detective. I would love to be in a season of True Detective. Um, like I said, I really enjoy the action aspect of making films, but I also there's so much there's so many layers to both of those shows. There's always so many other things going on. And it just feels like they both feel like well-rounded shows to be on as an actor. Like you would feel so fulfilled by that work. And so those are my two right now.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. So what are the positives and negatives into the acting industry, and how do you get through those negatives as a person?
Do you say the positives and negatives?
Yes.
So I'll start with the negatives so I can round it up with the positive stuff. I think, of course, there is the crippling rejection. No, I'm kidding. But the rejection that it becomes a part of your life, and you learn how to deal with it. But there are certain times that it all kind of catch up to you at once, and it can weigh on you sometimes. And I think the other aspect of that is sort of the uncertainty sometimes of working in the entertainment industry in general. You know, it's gig work. And so kind of not knowing, like, you know, even after you finish a great job, you don't necessarily know when you're going to work again. And so it's really required to develop so much belief in yourself and faith that you are going to work again, and that this is going to work out in your favor. And the flexibility of, I think, kind of taking things as they come and not boxing yourself off in such a way that you're not keeping your mind open about what your career can be, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think the positives are, you know, you're getting to be creative all the time. You're getting to, you know, the opportunity to work on projects that people are going to watch on TV and, you know, watch in the theaters, hopefully again at some point. And in particular, the stage, working on in theater, where it's this exchange of energy between you and the audience. And to me, there's nothing like it. And it's just, I feel very blessed to get to do that. And that, you know, this is my job.
Awesome. So on to my very last question. So what new projects do you have installed after COVID that you would like to announce on the show? So
I'm getting ready to shoot a short film called Dirty 30 with one of my friends. And that is actually being filmed this weekend. And so we'll be working on that with COVID restrictions in place, of course, definitely. Through the union, everything is set up to be as safe as possible. And my friend and I just recently started a podcast called Six Forever, and that explores true crime and mysterious happenings in communities of color around the world. And so we actually just dropped a new episode today, and we're having a lot of fun with that. So that's we're excited about that.
Awesome. Well, can I just say thank you so much for appearing on my show, Shante. It means so much. Everyone definitely go give Shante the amazing and incredible support. She's one incredible and amazing actress. So definitely go give her the amazing support. Any last final thoughts or anything that you would like to say to people?
Just, you know, everybody that tuned in, thank you so much. And thank you to you for reaching out to me. And this was such a cool opportunity. And just everybody, you know, take care of yourselves out there while all of this craziness is going on, and just much love to everybody. Thank you.
All right, it's coming back. Now what?
You should take cover.
Like hell.
Then tell me how I'm gonna explain to your daughters that all that's left of you is hot ash.
The dad card? That's a low blow.
Tenebris, anima vestra contrutiro mortem. Where did you come from? Why do you want this so badly? What's so special about it? Say something.